So I just want to say this, man. It's not the fact that you gamble. It's the after effects that come with it, right? So you just, and you can listen to this for further review down the road. And this is how you crash into a brick wall, right? When you lose, and you coming in with 1,000, 1,200, 1,300. The problem is that you are not able to just you're not emotionally sound to just take your loss and go about your business and rework it. The problem is you got to get the money right. You got to get the money right back then and there, which causes you to chase, what causes you to be out your element, what causes you to not consciously think about the effects of what you're doing, and it fucks you. So let me give you an example. So you won, right? You've been trying to get $1,000 a day, right? So after you do the secret gardens, right? After you do the secret gardens, you fucked around and you had some good sessions, right? Because the secret gardens didn't really put you where you needed to be. So you came back and you knew to play to maintain, right? You was playing, you was doing dominating shoes, right? You was using both rules, going with the favorites and going on the low side, and you were winning. And you realize that, like the way you get your money is, the way you get your money is basically you play to maintain by a video that you was looking at on the testimony that you saw in your screenshots. And it told you like, the reasons you get all these wins. And then you was like, you started remembering how to do it after you had that massacre and live, and you paid your phone bill, and you was like, oh shit, that's just what I do. That's what you figured out what to do. And as long as you got bulk money, you can do it, right? So you started having some wins, right? But what happened was you went to Philly at Rivers, you won 700, and ever since it's like every time you get taught to do something, it becomes apparent. It as long as you don't know nothing about it, you'll miss it. But when you become aware of it, it becomes apparent. So what I mean by that is Lou, last time you see Lou was telling you about the patterns. And you seen it. You're like, damn, but then you saw the dude who asked you to show him on his card the patterns. And he was like, oh, he playing the pattern. And then one time you played, you lost, but then you realized it. So now instantly you started worrying about the patterns. You started worrying about the fucking patterns instead of sticking to what you know. Well, anyway, you took 700. You go. I mean, you doing good. You by yourself. You sent Dawn away. No excuse. You sent her away. And now you come and you go get $700, right? And out of $700 out of Rivers, right? So that was a good day's pay. You only been working 20 minutes. That was a good fucking day's pay. But you creep over to Bagada, play with the table with the fucking African dude or whatever, and it was a dominating shoe, bank shoe, right? And when you're it's a bank shoe, and when your player side is not coming down, you have to go with who's hot on the dominating side. That's it. Right? Get your win because the shoe is not doing what you wanted to do, and leave. You can't force it. You can't force it. You can't make it come down because once you take a bet on the weak side, right? Once you take a bet on the weak side, if it don't come, now you got to wait for it to come down on its own anyway. If it doesn't come down on its own anyway, you know you're not playing it. That's the rules. And you don't just take shots going with the strong. You go with the hot person or the strong side. You get your win. Boom. It's not what you did. You start trying to do shit on your own. You following Mexican people, just lost focus. You lost $1,300, right? You weren't even supposed to. Then you fuck up because you didn't have no money to get home. You had $30, $40. Lady gave you $20. You fucked up. So you comes back, right? Now you playing with the bitch. I don't know what the fuck she is, but the bitch told you to shut up. You go get $1,300. After you find out how to do the Google Pay, you do $1,300. Right? I love a dominating shoe. Right? You get crucified. Right? You go with them on, like, you had like $700. Like, you had $700. If you want to get technical, you play to maintain. Right? With the first shoe with the African guy, you had $300. You could have played to maintain. I'm just keeping it real. You had $365. You could have played to maintain because you went with him on the run. But your first problem was you would get so fucked up. You would get so fucked up playing that you wouldn't even be in the game long enough for the weak side to come. And you just realized that. That's why you wrote it down. What I'm saying is, you get so fucked up that you get fucked up so early in the game that you start losing even before it get put out the game, even before the weak side has a chance to come down. So after you done lost and you sit back and you mark your session, you be like, God damn, the player came down. Or whatever the weak side came down a couple of times. If I had to just stayed in the game, I would have been all right. All right? So then you go over there with the broad. The broad told you to shut up. Like, it was a massacre. Like, you bet your profit. You had $700 profit on the run. Because this time you came in betting on the run. And Banker was dominating the same type of shoe. And you lost that game, which you were supposed to. If you go bet on the weak side, if you go bet on the strong side, you go with a person that's hot. You don't go there and try to bet against it, right? And then you see what you can do on the weak side, where you fucked yourself, right? The broad tell you to shut up. And you just fucked up. They laughing at you and shit. So cool. You come home. So you lose $2,300. All right. So now this is what I mean by your emotions. Not accepting the fact that you lost and giving it a couple of days and retreating. No. You come home, go to sleep, you wake up, you watch Columbo. You wake up and you go get the $1,900 out the account. Now, the rule is you take that, you get a win. You build momentum. That's how you get back. Even though you know the rules, you want your money back. Right? Yo, you go down there, you only play with one person at the table. You get $600. That's supposed to be a win, but you lose at 22. But you try to recover that $600, that's that $2,600 quick, fast. So you start playing by yourself, which you're not supposed to do. But the shoe is dominating and it's doing what it's supposed to do. It's doing what it's supposed to do. So you bet big. Before you know it, you had 600, then you had 1,000. You got down a couple of times. You played with the guy that looked like Chris from Out of Time, but he had glasses on, Chinese guy, whatever. He said it was cheating. He beat you 2 times. You had 2 times you had a 7. He pulled a 3-card 8 on your ass. But you survived that. You had $1,200. But this is what I'm talking about, the emotional shit, right? That wasn't enough for you. Your common sense could not falter that you and you was playing with death then. You wasn't even supposed to be playing because that's not the way how you play. You're supposed to play with a group of people. And when you play when you're not supposed to play, you get a win and you're able to take that win, like the time you was at what's that place called, man? The time you was at MGM and the shoe was tight and you got that 300, you stopped because you know you weren't supposed to play that. It's good. That's good discipline, but it's not consistent. So you do exactly like you get the 1,000, right? And then you got it on the strong side, right? And you decide to stay and play for the weak side. And the weak side came down on your ass. Playing with death. The weak side came down on your ass and you got dead broke. You had $1,200 plus your $1,900 and you lost that $3,000 on a run coming down. And it didn't switch over until the new dealer came and they said new dealer, new color. And the player came. You got fucked up on the banker run and it was the weak side. Killed you. Right? But you had your money. You didn't play to maintain. You guilty of not being able to play to maintain. So then, you okay, all right. So you set up to go up to the Hard Rock. Right? You get $3,000 out the stash. $3,300 out the stash. Right? You put your $2,000 in the bank, and you got $300. You got $1,000 in your pocket to play with. So now they come in. Your room is not ready. Right? Your room is not fucking ready. So you go and play at Hard Rock. Enter the shoe, dominate the shoe. Right? You would have had more, but you fucked up not going with your rules. Your rule was the second player, the second bank, and it came. You following the dude, and y'all lose, and you come back, and it comes down, and you win. You get $500-something, $560, $70. That's good. Boom. So now you ready to go upstairs and go to sleep and chill. Whatever, you done went and ate, you chilling. You wake up, you take 2 pills. You wake up, you leave your card, you got your card with you, and you go and play at the Borgata. And for some reason, this place fucks with you. And the broad is there. And you say, oh, damn, you must not have been winning. You still in the same spot. And she talk about, I have. She wasn't all that other bullshit this time. So, you made a bet. It was a tie. And it was tie 0. And the loose shoe started. You're not supposed to be playing loose shoes. You're not supposed to be playing loose shoes. But you started playing, and a pattern came. Before you look up, you got $400 and something. You didn't play to maintain. Right? You already winning $500. You didn't play to maintain. So you stayed there. You stayed there and consistent play and get fucked up. The dominating side was the player because it was doing the pattern, and the fucking bank level came down really. But what you supposed to do? Take a shot, don't take a shot, go with the hot person on the dominating side. When what you doing is not working, you have to go to somebody else. You didn't do that. You still trying to do what you do, and you wasn't locked into that. And you lost your $1,300 plus the 4. So you call the bank and you ask the bank. You say, yo, I can't get, you go get your money. You ain't supposed to get no money. You're like, yo, the fuck is going on? And when it come down, it came down banker. Bam, it fucked you. Right? Because when it finally came down, it came down. And because you don't have the best money management skills, you lost. So then you go and get cash advance, $1,300. And now it's a player banker run again. It's coming down. And everybody is going on the banker run. And banker is still behind. Your experience is logs is behind. It's gonna catch up. But your money management skills has to be precise. That's what we play for. Y'all got fucked up. The lady was looking at you calm, like, you really gonna bet that? Like, why she look at me like that? You bet that shit, they took that shit. You was broke in 2-3 hands. You was broke in 2-3 hands for $1,300 on a run. So you done lost. You done lost good money coming down. Fucked you up. So after that, you stayed there, marked the rest of the shoe, and you made some notes and basically was telling you like, yo, how would you, if you was gonna play like that, you would have lost anyway. Right? The only broad that was going something was the broad next to the bitch that was laughing at you. And she had sat out a couple of times. But she came, if you was going to follow her to the T, but you so used to doing shit on your own that it's just a nightmare. So after that point, this is why you at where you at now. So now you mark your thing and you come back home and get in the bed, come back to the hotel and get in the bed. You got $500 from your earlier win, and you got $800 from the money that you didn't fuck up. And you take that shit and you go home. And I'm riding, this is where I'm at now. I ride home. And this is how you got in this position right now. And you did so many things wrong on so many levels that, you know, it's easy to say and you know, but when you don't play to maintain, it fucks you. And this is a term that you came up with. It fucks you big time because you're supposed to play to maintain, at least till you master it. And I will agree, if you played to maintain, a lot of it would stop a lot of inflicted pain that you caused upon yourself. And that's how you fucked up.